A lot of people are not aware of the role that you play or the settings that you guys work in. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as a speech language pathologist?
Yes, so a speech language pathologist is a healthcare professional. In Canada, they have a Master's of Health Sciences, and they can work in a variety of different settings. So they can work in the school board, in private practice like myself, they can work in the community, and they can work in hospitals. And a speech language pathologist is a professional that helps specifically with communication,
right,
and as well with swallowing disorders. I've also encountered a lot of people when I introduce myself and I say that I'm a speech language pathologist, they'll typically associate that with very specific things. Articulation comes up, so oh, you help people who have lisps, you help people who have difficulty making specific sounds, or stuttering will come up. You help people who stutter. And a lot of people have more awareness about these areas, but a speech language pathologist also helps with many other aspects of communication, and as I mentioned, swallowing. So some examples are voice. A speech language pathologist could help patients who have difficulties with their voice. Again, that could be related to a brain injury. Speech language pathologists help a lot around language and communication. So I spoke a little bit about speech, which is correctly making those sounds. Some people have difficulty clearly making those sounds, and that impacts their ability to be understood by others. A speech language pathologist would be able to assess and support with that. And then there's also the language piece, which is actually quite a big piece of what we do. There is the receptive language piece, which is understanding the message. So right now we're having a conversation, you're listening to me, you're able to understand the words that I'm using, you're able to understand the sentence structure and how I'm organizing those words together in order to express my message. So you're actually using your receptive language abilities right now, and I'm using my expressive language currently. I have to choose the correct vocabulary. I have to arrange my thoughts in a particular way. So that's all part of expressive language, and those are things that a speech language pathologist can support with. Myself specifically, as I mentioned, I work in a school board setting. I work with students who have developmental disabilities. Some of them have limited or no spoken language abilities. Some of them have some spoken language abilities. And I work with something called augmentative and alternative communication, in some cases to support my students who don't have spoken language skills as their primary means of communication. And then in private practice, I see a variety of different children with different communication needs as well.
Thank you for going over that. Once again, although we're focusing the show on children health and developmental language and speech delays in children, this problem can be in any segment of the population or in any age group, and you would be the right professional for them to go to. Now we have a lot to talk about with Maya, so we're going to take a short break and come back after the break to continue our conversation. Keep watching.